Mind Your Language is a British comedy television series which premiered on ITV in late 1977. Produced by London Weekend Television and directed by Stuart Allen, the show is set in an adult education college in London and focuses on the English as a foreign language class taught by Mr. Jeremy Brown, portrayed by Barry Evans, who had to deal with a motley crew of foreign students. 3 series were made by LWT between 1977 and Euro 79, and the show was briefly revived in 1986 with 6 of the original cast. Production: the series was commissioned by Michael Grade, LWT Director of Programs in 1977. Although the series was attracting some 18 million viewers, the program was cancelled in 1979 by Grade, who considered the stereotyping offensive. The series was sold to other countries, including Pakistan, Australia, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, India, Malaysia, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana and Singapore. It was also one of the first British TV programmes shown in South Africa after the end of the boycott by the British Actors Equity Association. It was resurrected briefly for the export market by an independent producer in the mid-1980s, though most ITV companies did not show any of the episodes made in 1986, only Anglia, Central and Grenada transmitted the final 13 episodes, while Border, HTV and TNT's broadcast a handful of episodes. Various international television shows based on the premise of Mind Your Language have followed the original series. Among them are What a Country, Zaban Sampark, Second Chance, Radhika and Classmates. Recording locations: the majority of recording sessions for the first 3 series took place on Tuesday evenings in Studio 2 at the South Bank Television Centre. The 1986 series was filmed at Uxbridge Technical College in Middlesex. Episodes. Transmission details: London Weekend Television Series, Series 1 December 30, 1977 a March 24, 1978 a Friday 7 p.m. Series 2 October 7, 25 November 1978 a Saturday mostly 6 p.m. Series 3 October 27, 15 December 1979 a Saturday mostly 6.45 p.m. Grenada Television Series, Series 4 January 4, 12 April 1986 a Saturday 2:15 p.m. Other ITV stations which broadcast Series 4 in 1986, Anglia 9 January 1 April, all episodes, Central, Saturdays 1 February 22, then July 6 12 September, all episodes. TNT's, February 1 29 March, certain episodes. HTV, February 1 15 February then November 6 15 December, certain episodes. Border, Saturdays 1 February 22, certain episodes. TSW, December 22. DVD releases: the series was released as a box set on Region 2 DVD in 2003, and on Region 1 DVD in 2004. However, this set excludes the Series 1 episode Kill or Cure, the Series 2 episode Don't Forget the Driver, the Series 3 episode Guilty or Not Guilty, and all of Series 4. An alternate boxed set was released by Network DVD in November 2007 and contained all episodes of Series 1 to 3. The remaining 4th series, which is long rumored to be lost, is yet to be released on DVD. Cast and characters. School staff: Barry Evans as Mr. Jeremy Brown, the English teacher and focal point of most of the series. He holds a degree from Oxford University. He is hired in the series pilot, in which he is warned that the previous teacher was driven insane by the students. Mr. Brown is up to the challenge, however he often has to put up with the students' often literal, creative interpretations of the English language. Zara Newtley is Mr. Laura Courtney, the headmistress of the school. Miss Courtney holds a very eminent dislike for the male sex and thinks of women as being superior over men and prefers having female teachers instead of male. She at first hesitates to hire Mr. Jeremy Brown, but puts him on a month's trial. She often takes time to drop by the classroom to check up on the progress of Mr. Brown's class, often getting disappointed. She nearly eloped with a man in her early years, but was caught and sent home by her father. However, it was revealed that she was only 6 years old at the time when the man was 8 years old. Iris Sadler, Gladys, the tea lady in the school cafeteria. Tommy Godfrey, Sid, the caretaker of the school. Students, George Camillo as Giovanni Capello, a stereotypical Italian chef, the class's loudest student and de facto class monitor. He is best friends with Max, who becomes his flatmate. Giovanni's main problem with English is understanding metaphors and large words, though he often answers wrongly on purpose to amuse the class. He often calls Mr. Brown Professore. When shocked or surprised, he often remarks Santa Maria, or Holy Ravioli, and also often says okie dokie instead of okie dokie. When he doesn't understand something he says scusi. He has an elaborate set of first names, Giovanni Vincenzo Marco Dino Alberto Leonardo etc. Jackie Harding as Anna Schmidt, a stereotypical 1970s German and works as an au pair. In her introduction, she refers to German efficiency, and accordingly Anna is a hard-working student, occasionally asking legitimate questions and as the series progresses, answering Mr. Brown's questions correctly. Her main problem is mixing VS and WS. She also punctuates her sentences with German words. She is shown to have exceptional physical strength and she is never reluctant to show it, often punching fellow students such as Max if they try to flirt with her. While in one episode when religion was being argued over she said that Lutheranism was the true religion, but in the episode How's Your Father she said that there isn't any life after death. Ricardo Montes as Juan Cervantes, a Spanish bartender with an optimistic streak. Juan is always laughing at himself, confident of his answers even when they are completely wrong. Early in the series Juan speaks almost no English, and answers everything with por favor, necessitating Giovanni to translate some key terms for him. His typical catchphrase is "all right." And sometimes when he is corrected he says sorry, wrong number. Juan's English improved as the series went on, but he remained one of the worst speakers, often speaking a mix of English and Spanish. He cares a great deal for Mr. Brown, whom he considers almost as part of his family. Albert Moses as Ranjit Singh, a London Underground employee from Punjab in India and a devout Sikh. He was mistaken for a Pakistani when Mr. Brown asked him to sit next to his fellow countryman Ali Nadeem in the first episode. He constantly argues with Ali, who is a Pakistani Muslim. He has a good vocabulary but tends to mix up his general knowledge, and upon being corrected he always puts his hands together and says 1,000 apologies. When angered by people, he usually threatens them with his kirpan. The two later become friends at the later parts of the series. Pixen Lim as Chung Soo Lee, a stereotypical Chinese woman who works as a secretary at the Chinese embassy. She is never seen without her little red book of Mao, from which she often quotes. She constantly mixes up her RS and LS. Early in the series, she had a fierce ideological rivalry with Taro, her Japanese classmate, but later in the series, he often springs to her defense when a character insults her or China. When she quotes Chairman Mao, Mr. Brown replies that's a matter of opinion. Robert Lee is Tara Nagazami, a Japanese electronics executive who works as a representative for the London branch of the fictional Japan-based electronic company, Bushido Electronics. He speaks English fluently, but has a habit of adding "o" to every word he says and always replies "so," and bows whenever he is called upon. Early in the series he is at odds with Soo Lee due to Japan and China's own political differences in the 1970s, but becomes a close friend of hers later on. He is most of the time seen with his camera. Kevork Malikian is Maximilian Andrea Archimedes Papandreou, a stereotypical Greek shipping agency worker from Athens, and is often paired with Giovanni. He is attracted to Danielle, but as the show progresses the three become friends. Max tends to misunderstand metaphors and large words. He also has a heavy accent, which causes him to add H to almost every word he says. Later, he shares his flat with Giovanni, with whom he is a close friend. These two characters have the best command of the English language of all the students in the series. Frena Sectionoise Pascal is Danielle Favre, an amorous French au pair who instantly grabs the attention of all the men, including Mr. Brown. Her good looks often distract Giovanni and Max from their answers, while Mr. Brown is often found in seemingly incriminating positions with her, and she seems to have a crush on him. She is annoyed when the Swedish Ingrid Svensson joins the class, instigating a rivalry for Mr. Brown's attention. Dino Shafik as Ali Nadim, an unemployed at the beginning of the first season while later found a job near the middle of the first as a door-to-door salesman. He is Pakistani and the first student to make an appearance. He is originally from Lahore, Pakistan, although he once stated he grew up in Delhi. Practically never seen without his jinnah cap, he is the most vocal, and most honest and hard-working of the students and often misinterprets the English for a comical sense, but has a very fair command of it. As a Pakistani Muslim, he has a vocal and occasionally physical rivalry with Ranjit, who is an Indian Sikh. Bialy's typical catchphrases are "yes please," "oh blimey," "excuse me please," and "jolly good." Jamila Massi is Jamila Anjot, a stereotypical Indian housewife from Shimla. When she first joins the class she can barely speak English, and needs Ali to translate her Hindi and Urdu languages, but by Series 3 she has become one of the better English speakers. She often calls Mr. Brown Master G, and her catchphrase early in the series is "Gardfinning." During class, she is often found knitting. She is shown to be a Christian in the episode Guilty or Not Guilty, when she swears on the Bible to tell the truth. Moreover, she wears a cross around her neck from the 11th episode of the first season. But in an episode called A Point of Honor, she says the true religion is Buddhism. Also, in the episode I Belong to Glasgow, she is among the students who cross themselves with Juan, Anna Bergman as Ingrid Svensson, a Swedish au pair who joins the class at the beginning of Series 2. She is attractive and straightforward about her attraction to Mr. Brown, sparking a rivalry between her and Danielle. Her main problem with English is word order, often getting words mixed up, such as "you" for "I" question-answer. She transfers schools at the end of Series 2, but returns in the independently produced Series 4. Gabor Vernon Zolta N. Saba cubed a Hungarian student who only appears during Series 2. He has a very basic level of English and requires a phrase book for everything. He picks up slang quickly, most of which comes from Giovanni and Juan. At the end of Series 2, he goes back to Hungary. His typical catchphrase is to say "box in that" to everything said to him in English. In the fourth series, Mr. Brown and Miss Courtney are still at the school, as are Giovanni, Anna, Juan, Ranjit and Ingrid. New students in Series 4 include Maria Papandreou, portrayed by Jenny Lee Wright, Michelle Dumar portrayed by Maria-Lise Gretton, Farrokh Azam portrayed by Raj Patel, Fruong Chang portrayed by Vincent Wong, Rita portrayed by Sue Bond, Henshaw portrayed by Harry Littlewood. Remakes. The series was remade in America under the name What a Country, and in India as Zaban Sampark. References. External links: Mind Your Language at the British Comedy Guide, Mind Your Language at the Internet Movie Database, Tributes to Mind Your Language,